Good morning. This is a microphone test check. Let's go out into some wind and see if you guys like what you're hearing. Diesel pickup on my right, bin sight on my left. We are going to irrigate, start the little middle pivot. Should be in good shape, and we should throw away trash. Oh, how's your neck feel? Good morning, Cale Carlson, Lead Farms. I am standing out here in a little bit of Nebraska wind. We finished planting the second to the last male last night, and we'll have one more male to go Thursday, and then we will be done planting. Now we're on to irrigation, second irrigation. I've run most of these pivots around once. Takes about 4 days to put on, 3 days to put on 3/4 of an inch on most of these pivots. Now the one pivot we do have to run is the little middle pivot. I will zoom in. It runs off here. So, I switched those valves right there. So instead of the water going up into the big pivot, it'll go down and over, piped all the way out to, we'll see if we can find it, that little middle pivot. Got a lot of new followers on here, so I'll explain it all over again. Some of you guys that have been here for a while, remember that I farm 4 quarters in a section, 1 mile by 1 mile, and I have swing arms that get most of the land irrigated, but in the 4 corners, there's one spot that one section tower can hit to get it mostly fully irrigated. We will start this well. Check the drip oil. Actually, Ethan started this yesterday and it ran a couple laps. We run it at 100%, and every rotation it'll put on 1/3 of an inch. So 3 rotations in about 7 hours will give us 1 inch. So we got a couple on last night, shut it off last night, watched it again this morning to make sure no water is running off. We skip the Rankine panel and move over to the Valley panel. This one controls what we call the little middle pivot, like I said, 100%. And we have volts, and we are flashing, stop and slot off, engine on start, forward. Now we can go look at it. Did you check and make sure the valves? It should be. We'll head over there. Good morning. Welcome back to Nebraska. Appreciate you guys. Ooh, I don't like this kink. We should probably fix that. We will address that later. Write that down so we don't forget. Well, that's a beautiful rainbow. Pivot's running. We got a nice soak last night. Good job, Ethan. We are standing in a soybean field right here. We have my non-GMO white corn over there on those 2 south fields. Soybeans on these 2 north fields. And good thing I have my boots on, because we're going to walk in mud. But I don't have my mud boots. Running with the Danner boots and the Camel Mill City socks. It's working. Here's where the water comes up from that well, way down over there. And we've got the high impact, high pressure sprinklers spreading the water out the best that it can. So we'll run it a couple laps, get a good soak. Chance of rain Sunday, Monday. Today is Tuesday. Happy Taco Tuesday. We will walk out. It is irrigation season. If it rains, oh, joy to my heart, we could use one. Now that we're done with planting, I'll be moving over to spraying if the wind dies down. How do you guys like this Nebraska wind? Can you hear me okay? Shark tires on this pivot, so no air. We don't have to worry about it going flat. And they have a nice pattern, so they shouldn't dig too big of a hole trench rut. They offer more flotation and they help close in the pivot track a little bit better, is the theory. I like them. They work very well on this pivot in these heavier clay soils. Has not gotten stuck. I did put a little bit of gravel in the trench. Gives it a little more traction, seems to help out. It didn't need it, but it's just nice to fill in with a little bit of aggregate. Oh, I could sit out here all day. I think I did a live stream. I did like a 12-hour live stream last year or 2 years ago on this pivot. I might set that up again if you guys would just like to watch the pivot run all day long, listening instead of my voice, just the sound of beautiful Ogallala Aquifer water. End gun is running. We're in good shape. Let's head up to the ranch and restart that pivot. I shut it off last night because it was close to being done. First lap, I like to check everything out. Oh, we got to go to the drip field too. We'll head over there, check the drip. I'll grab flags at the farm. Thank you for coming along. It's helping me remember everything I need to do in farming. So we are providing habitat for the wildlife out here. Got some blackbirds. I don't believe those are not crows. Those are not ravens. Megan does a lot better job in the aviator. Bird world, I know killdeer. They're a ground nester. I see and hear them all the time. All right, what is this bird? I think I know now that I can see. And is that a male or female? The orange apparently is a dead giveaway. We're back in the drip field and we are running the east side and we have a leak. So all we need to do is find the leak, find the hole, and set a flag. I'm looking for water bubbling up. So there should be some white air bubbles, pockets. I'm not seeing it, possibly because of the wind. And I did get my mud boots, so we can switch. Now that my work boots are muddy, we will switch those out and put on my mud boots. Ooh, we're close to finding it. All right, I'll find one so you guys don't have to watch me looking and staring. Anytime the camera goes on, then I can't find what I am looking for. Beautiful yellow corn out here in this field. Remember, it's my first time back in this season, so it'll take a little bit for me to remember the tricks of these little spots. Not a big deal. This one's not necessary to fix, but we'll try to find a better example for you folks. I think I found it. We're going to call that the bubbler. Definitely water coming up there. We're going to move over here. And you see all these little weeping spots. This drip tape is set up on 60-inch rows, about 18 inches deep. So every once in a while you will have in the soft spots of the soil where we had frost last year, it'll easily move up through. So we'll keep a good soak on here. Nice thing about a drip field is it subsurface irrigates everything underneath, and then when you get a rain on top, it will soak in all day long. We'll check those. We're just looking for good bubble up flow, and pretty much I'm looking for standing water like right here. We will follow all the way along. Usually it will be at the end. Not a very big hole, sometimes difficult, hard to see, but this is a good time of year when the crop is low and short to find them. And set a flag. There's a killdeer. Oh, they're up in the air flying. I wonder if I'm close to a nest. We'll see if they land. It's a good little bird. We see him in the fields every spring. Come on, little guy, where are you? Let's go National Geographic. Cameraman. I'm getting old or my eyes are getting bad. They're out there somewhere, trust. Not too many leaks in this field. I should bomb up and down with a side-by-side or four-wheeler to double check, but we'll get this one fixed. Well, this is part of the solution for not being able to find possibly a... All right, this drip field has 2 wells. And the other night, checking the drainage flow, and this one's not running. Then I remember we had a power surge the other night and we lost power. So we have to turn these wells back on. So possibly I was not having enough pressure underground to find the holes and the leaks. Now we've got water flow here. I think the other one may be kicked on, but we were running half gallonage, so maybe 250 gallons per minute instead of the 500 that I need to correctly run this well, both sections on the east side. Oh! These valves do not get turned very often. We'll check the filters. See how we're doing. Slower Tuesday morning for your folks. Sorry about that. This is the life of the farmer. Why did it take you so long to irrigate, Dad? I thought you were just going to check the drip. Well, one more thing, and I got caught up, and then we had some issues, and I had to fix and attend to while we are here. Looks like it's flushing out correctly, and we should be getting good pressure now. We will manually run the flush. Remember, this is filled with sand and gravel. That is my automatic filter, and then it will flush out over here. Come on, 450 gallons or 500. Sweet, we're back up and running. Now I know the north. Valves are good. Automatic valve is still automating. You can always open it or close it. You know what? We're not going to touch that. If a valve doesn't move and it's working, leave well enough alone. I've learned my lesson. I see a big red spot out there. Let's go investigate with a flag. It's nicer to have the batter holes because then they're a lot easier to find, and also it'll be a lot easier to dig down here to fix that one. Now I've got a little tiny bebopper over here. And there I have some bubbling because the pressure is kicking up. So is that one that it's bubbling? This is definitely one, so I will set a couple of flags. Maybe a badger got into here. I see bubbles over there. Oh, I see bubbles over there. We had a big rodent fest, probably a family of mice, maybe rats, underground critters. I got in here, moved in, and did damage to my drip tank. All of this, set all the flags. Definitely get this spot fixed because it could potentially drown out. Anglers. You'd be tempted, I've never done it, but just to put in a whole new strip of line. I've never done that before. I'm just thinking of creative ideas. Maybe that fix the whole thing. You see how many bubblers. There's another one. How many holes we have. It's a great way to find your holes now. Shut a well off and then turn it back on. And it'll push air through the system. More flags. or I will step in the hole and lose my boot because it will go all the way down. The nice thing about the water bubbling up is it creates a hole and makes it easy to dig down, relatively easy to fix these things with your 2 arms and a pair of pliers and some wire ties. Actually, I think they have some quick connects that you can buckle up on. I won't be able to find it while I'm on camera, so as soon as I shut you guys off, it will appear, hopefully, and then I'll show you what I found. Got them all the way back here at the end of the lawn. A little bit of bubbles. I kicked the soil through there, and now you can see flow. Let me show you here. Oh yeah, I can feel the break. So it's about, the drip is about that deep, and I can feel little mouse teeth on the actual tape. So the hole is already dug. This one will be easy to find and easy to fix. You see? All I have to do is turn you guys off. On to the next one. Alright, something else you can do is put mud on your phone by hitting your muddy hand. Also, you guys remember playing that game? Getting colder. What you can do is feel the water. Warmer, warmer, colder, 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 super cold, warmer, yeah. So that's definitely where the hole is because we've got cold water. I see a big pond up ahead. Let's check that one out and get more muddy water on the phone. This one was actually pretty difficult to find. Lots of cold water there. We have residue on top, so I need to clear it away, and I almost stepped in. This hole here is where it is, and you can see, here's the hole right here. Oh, it is huge. Entire badger hole. Feel down there. This is a gigantic hole that must be fixed. It almost deserves 2 flags. It's so big. Alright, you can see the mess that it can make. We want the water spread out. And the dryness, not too much of the wetness. Can we go to the ranch yet? And welcome back to the ranch. Did you guys remember to bring your earplugs? We will run it forward. We do not need that panel box open. Valves are correct. Natural gas is on. PTO shaft was greased. Last time, you need both of these start switches on run once you get fired up. The throttle is locked and set. I'm going to leave the PTO engaged. We will set this battery up after I get gloves or a rag. I do not like how low that oil is, so we will check it and then fill it. I have some oil jugs up here. Then we'll fire it up. Looks like we've got a new alternator put on, maybe last year. Last night when I shut it off, did the mice crawl into the exhaust and build a nest? What am I getting? Oh yeah, gloves and oil. We're in good shape. Ready to go. Go ahead and stand clear of the PTO shaft. Ethan and I are working on PTO shaft covers. Big no-no, big danger in farming. Murphy switched engaged. Oil check, cap on, filter off, funnel off. I think that bearing, good water pressure. I think the clutch bearing is going out, so when the clutch is gauged, it holds it tight. But I also think that bearing is suspicious. Red Wi-Fi running forward. Should I get Starlink up here? I think my cellular tower base station inside this box should work just fine. We have super good water and probably super good voltage. Like we could. Also, the birds sound beautiful up here. They're roaming around, chirping everywhere. More blackbirds. We are going, water's on. We'll check the drip and the end of the pivot. Oh, man. Then we'll maybe go plant Milo. Quite possibly, it looks like we might have a leak here. My indication would be this badger hole, but we will let the water pressure gear up in the drip, and then hopefully it'll pump out water. Sometimes the holes are easy to see and find, or likely it's somewhere else, and your first indication is wrong. Grass, sticks, weeds. Again, system has to pressure up. The pivot itself looks like it's in good shape. I might bing bang it back, bounce off this stop, and keep watering up here. We're actually getting a lot of gallonage out of this well, but I like to keep it wet for longer. That feels good. Good job, ranch. Oh, while we're up here, let's go check on the Strobel scraper and then maybe run over and check on my excavator. It's been sitting out there for a week. Good idea to just put eyes on machinery. Check mark. Looking for birds. I could hear them. I was wondering if you guys could hear them. I turned the camera on and they went away. Smells like cattle up here. Oh, there's one. Cow. Out. She's maybe looking for her calf. She looks mean. I'm going to keep my distance. Oh, she wants to come over here. I've worked with enough cattle long enough to know that look, that face and their ears. Oh, are there any mice in the Kenworth? No, but there is a door handle. Probably need to get a bolt for that. Will it start? All right, this equipment, it's in good shape. I need to get this back to the farm. Get it out of here. We're not going to be hauling the excavator for a while. Let's check the excavator, come back, see if this machine is aired up. I do have one flat tire on the trailer I need to fix. Here is a view of a pond dam I built. Second stage pond, now I have a first stage pond. Hopefully if it rains, we will fill that up with water. But I built this with the help of a Strobel 12-yard dirt pan and the brand new Strobel 20-foot wide heavy duty box scraper with two sheep's feet rolling packers. Wonderful, beautiful machine that looks gorgeous out here in the pasture. I still think I have a video of this whole setup that I've yet to get out. David's helping me edit and produce it, and we want to make some tweaks. I want to take some liberties with the video. 9520 tractor loaned out from Strobel Construction out of Clarks, Nebraska. Local outfit. Would you guys like me to start it? I think I should. You guys like this. Cab looks good. Wait for the beep. Fires right up. We love that John Deere horsepower. Go ahead and run through the hydraulics. Box scraper goes up and down, and then the sheep's feet have wheels, so you can lift it up from your construction site or building pad that you're packing, hop across the road to the next field or next job site, or run down the road, which is super convenient. Loves this machine. Well, you're this far, Kale. You want to drive around? Why don't we take it for a lap? Big John Deere articulating tractor is some of my favorite. Pack the pasture or raise them up. Whatever you want to do. Oh man, this thing is a beast. I don't do any farming with high horsepower tractors or articulating tractors, but I would like to visit a couple farms that have some of the new large frame 9RX tractors on my list. I've contacted a couple friends that have them, received them. I've just been too busy planting at the moment to run out there. What are we doing? We're distracted. Squirrel. We're on our way to the excavator. Might even drive this out there to that. Wouldn't that be something? This was a childhood dream of mine, and I'm living the dream. I have to remind myself from time to time, you're doing it, Carlson. Good job. And now up at the ranch, checking in on the video did a couple videos ago where we cleaned out all of these cedar trees, and they are looking good and dead and dying. Whenever we get a good rain, we will burn these piles, and then grass should be able to fill in all of these shaded, dead areas. Oh man, one great thing about cedar trees is that cedar smell. It smells amazing. It smells and reminds me like Christmas growing up. Did you guys, what did you have for a Christmas tree now that it's May 12th? Growing up, we would always go to the pasture and get a free cedar tree, you know, cut it out of the pasture when it was about this big, put it in the house, and then it was touching the ceiling. We'll go ahead and start this thing up, make sure the cab and everything is in good shape. Since it's been sitting for a week, make sure mices that destroyed everything have not been in here. Check the oil. Check the second oil between the motor and the hydraulic pump. This is a great deer out in the pasture. Why don't we go ahead and run through all of the levers. You know what I'd like to do? Ethan gave me a call reminder that I got an auction coming up, so I got to get out of here. I can't get distracted in running machinery. Why don't we drive this up onto level ground? Then we'll head home and start looking around at the auction. This thing could do severe damage to that pickup. Don't scratch it. All right, we'll run this up to higher ground, then we will go home. Just one more job, classic farming. I can't resist, and neither can you, being in a big tracked vehicle, to run over last year's cedar trees that burned. That way when I drive my pickup through here, that won't be my fuel tank. You guys remind me of an 8-year-old boy in a Tonka truck. Ooh, I see another pile of trees. Actually, I see a honey locust, which we've got to get rid of. You are adding jobs, Kale. You've got to get out of here and get to that auction. Hopefully I've got two big special surprises for you guys. First one will be one-handed elimination. Of that puppy. Did you get it? Of course not. These things are near impossible to excavate. They have a tremendous root structure. All right, let's get out of here. Current update, microphone will not work, can't get it to go. I need to learn to memorize it. But this little middle pivot has irrigated quite enough. So we're out here looking at it through my dirty windshield that I would like to clean. And I will head back to the middle pivot and turn it off. Then we'll run plant Milo and then start blue school pivot. Back at the ranch, it's beautiful up here. Of course, we know we tried to start this twice. The only thing I did different was add oil, and it looks like it's maybe a touch high. This motor doesn't have a dipstick. Why? I don't know. I might drain some oil, and I might just run it. It shuts off every 10 minutes. So we're gonna start running it and then check this gauge. I have a low automatic shut off and then a high automatic shut off, which I have screwed up. Screwed up this whole operation. Now I turned it up, so we should be allowed to run more oil in this engine. Here we go. Got it. Figured out the issue. The motor is overheating. Did you bring antifreeze? I did not. Forget about this motor. Every year, of course it rains a half a turn. Every year it needs antifreeze. We will run home and get antifreeze. So the oil was good. Nice theory. What do we have to make do? Water? No, we better do it the right way this time. All right, we will get it up and running tonight. All right, and we're back. You guys are lucky. It's like a time warp for you. I have to drive home, and all you guys get to see is just the clip. I could have filmed myself going home and going back. All right, as most of you know, when your radiator is hot, warm, or anything else, you're going to check it. It could be under pressure. So I'm going to put a rag over it and wear gloves to make sure there's no pressure. I think we are in good shape. Now we'll get the antifreeze. I have 100% antifreeze and then water. I did not mix it so that I could have plenty on hand. How much, what's your guess? How much is it going to take? Oh, for those of you just like the scenery in Nebraska when the wind calms down, here you go. The answer is 4 quarts or 3.5 liters. Kale, why did you use the metric system? Because that's what I bought. Quarts, liters, no gallons. I guess we'll have to do the math to figure it out. Now I put pure antifreeze in the radiator, and that's okay. Some people do it. Some people don't like to do 50-50 water antifreeze. I believe it gives more lubricity, possibly, to your pump and your cooling system. So that's what we did, filled it up. Now, we can run this tonight. Oh, and I just saw that the power company released the wells. So if I want to run any electric irrigation, I can do that now. phone battery life is almost dead. Checking the pressure and it was a little high, so I was messing with some things, and then the pressure got good. Essentially the pressure went gone, 0 gallon flow. Then I look at the pivot over there. And it has shut off. I want to go home. We go home or go back to the pivot? Do we restart it? Did it overheat? What is the issue now? Tied to the farm. It's almost like a jail or a prison. But I love doing it. One more and we all go home. It did overheat. Fan's running, the belt's good. I wonder if the water pump is out. We got hot to 210. Now, what I could do is turn the kill switch up a bit, but I don't like doing that. So it's overheating. It has antifreeze. Belts are great. Water pump. That's the only thing it can be, right? It's not circulating. Well, we can replace that. Not tonight. Then what? I'm gonna go home, sleep, eat supper, refresh, reset. My brain will work better in the morning, as always, and we can come up with a plan of why this motor's overheating. It's not too hot. Might need to call someone. All right. Boy, this would be a nice place to build. Then I could work on this. I could hear it running, hear it shut off. Oh, look, there's more of those birds. Did we decide? Did we figure out what kind of bird that is with the orange or the red chest? I did see a woodpecker. I stopped to film it, but it flew away. Why would a woodpecker be on a telephone pole? They're not telephone poles. It's not how it works, Kale. Those are power poles. I just call them telephone poles. Oh, where did he go? They probably just attach and hook on everything and bang their little heads on everything. Look, I don't know, maybe there's bugs and insects in there. Do you know how long a woodpecker's tongue is? I think that's maybe the more impressive thing than how many rates per minute it can run that beak, which is how much? What's the number? I'll leave you with that question for tonight.